Hello, friends, and welcome to Mindset Mastery or Mindset Wellness. It's a very important subject, and you'll see as we talk about how your mindset and your mental health can pave the way for a great life or a life full of struggle and maybe even suffering. It's one of the most important keys or even skill, mindset mastery, that you can have to affect all areas of your life, your health, your wealth, your careers, your relationships. Yes, even the relationships. It's such an important thing. And quite often people struggle and not know exactly why they're struggling or how to get out of the struggle. It's an interesting thing when you think about those people who you would think they can't be struggling. They're so good in one area, or they're so rich, or they're so smart, or they're so healthy. We look at people from the outside and we're not sure what's going on with them, but we have this concept that they're doing great. You take some of our elite athletes that are at the very top of their game, and there are many of them in many fields, whether it's athletics or other industries. But I'm brought to think of a gymnast who is literally the best in the world. In fact, maybe considered the best ever gymnast of all time. And she has been working her entire life, doing routines and becoming better and better, and is the best at what she does. But when it came to one event, she pulled out. And when asked why she pulled out, it was because of her mental health. That's how important it is. So it doesn't matter if you think you're successful or if you are successful. You can still have these issues. It happens to so many, the great ones, and it happens to those of us who aren't so great in everyday life. Mental health or mental or mindset wellness is absolutely critical. When we struggle in these areas, the way to get out of it is going inside. Now, I'll just share with you that a lot of people have a very strange relationship with money. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Money, mindset, wellness. All right. So mastering your mindset as it pertains to money. Now, how do you do that? Well, I think money has an energy to it. Money is either going to be in your life because you've attracted it into your life. You've attracted that energy of financial health and wealth into your life, or you've repelled that. Now, there's really no in between. You're either inviting it in, allowing it to come in, being available for it to come in, or you have a mindset that says, not sure I'm going to let it in. Now, I know you want it in, but that doesn't mean that your mindset is in the right place. Let me give you an example, a very silly example. But I want you to think about money as a river that's just flowing right by you all the time, because money is all around us all the time. We see it. We see brand new cars. We see banks on the corners. We see, things around us that just exude this wealth everywhere. And people have access to it. People are gaining access to it. People are living their best life because they have access to all this money. Here's a secret for you. You have access to it. They're not special, no more special than you. Yes, they're special because you're special too. And you have access to that as well. All of that wealth is accessible to you. The difference between those who have all of this wealth and those who don't, or have a very low level of wealth, is that those who are at the low level are not available for allowing this energy, this money to flow into their lives. Now, that's a hard thing to swallow. And I'm not saying I'm blaming poor people for being poor, but I will tell you this. If you're broke, money is not your problem. There's something else there. And that's why we're going to talk about this mindset, this money mindset, because that is the issue. Money itself is not the problem. It's a river and it's flowing all the time. It's flowing around you all the time. It's everywhere. Here's the example or the story, short story. I was in an airport and I was flying to the East Coast, from the West Coast to the East Coast. And as I was at the ticket counter, there were two men behind me. I guess they were flying together. They were standing in line waiting for me to get my ticket. And when I just took a glance behind me and I saw them. And while I glanced back there, I looked on the floor and there was money on the floor. I told you, money is all around us all the time. So I looked at the money and then I looked up at the guys. They saw the money also. You think we're going to fight for it? I was thinking, well, maybe we'll just see who gets to it first. But they looked at me. I looked at them. We both looked at the money and they didn't move. So I simply took a step or two back. I bent over. I picked up the money. I put it in my pocket and I went back to the ticket counter. Now, as I stood at the ticket counter, I heard one of the gentlemen yell out to me. He said, "Hey." I turned around because I was a little bit startled. I thought, oh, okay, we might have something going on here. I turned around and he said, well, let me just tell you this. The money that I'm talking about, it was a penny. See, you thought it was a lot of money. It was just a penny. If you say it was just a penny, what difference does it make? It's money and it's all around and it's flowing all the time. You think the story would be better if it was $100 bill? Yeah, maybe in your mind it would be. In my mind, it's not. Whether it's $100, $1,000, $10, $5, a penny, to me, it's energy, it's flowing and it's available, right? So when the guy said, "Hey," I turned around and he said, "Was that penny on heads or was it on tails?" Now, I had not heard that kind of an assessment before, and so I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't know. So I gave him a little inquisitive look, and he said, "Well, if it was on tails, then it's bad luck." I think he was trying to get to me. Hey, it's bad luck. You know what? I didn't understand it. So let me ask you, when is money flowing in your life ever bad luck? You see, that's what I'm talking about. This river is always flowing and it's always around all the time. The question is, are you going to that river with a little teaspoon and pulling out money when you want to, or are you going with something bigger, a bucket, a barrel? It's always there and it's always flowing. So why not go with your biggest capability of pulling it all out? You see, you have to be available to the money so that the money can be available to you. It's already available to you, but you have to be available to it. And those people who are broke, busted, and thoroughly disgusted are not available to the money because it's available to them. Now, I didn't say it was easy, but it's just that simple. And once you train your mindset, you have the skill of mindset mastery around money, you will begin to see it show up in your life. First of all, you'll recognize it in showing up when in the past, maybe you didn't recognize it. You weren't available to it, so you didn't really recognize it. You see, if you're just saying, well, it's just a penny, I'm just going to pass it by, you're putting criteria in place that says it's not enough. I'm not going to let it flow. If it was on tails and it's bad luck, oh, I don't want to touch it, it's bad luck, you're putting criteria in place that says, I don't want it to flow in this case. So when is money ever bad luck? When is it just too small? It's never too small, and it's never bad luck. So why not allow it to flow all the time? But we have these programs that we run in our minds all the time that says it's bad luck, it's on tails, it's just a penny, I don't really need it. It's not about whether you need that amount or not. It's about whether you are allowing yourself to be available for it to flow into your life just easily without any hesitation. It's a river. It's flowing all the time. Get down into that river with your barrel and pull it out. It's there for you. Okay, that's your money mindset moment for the day. It's about mindset mastery, because once you understand how your mind operates in terms of the way we see the world, the way you see money, you will begin to understand why you're broke or why you're wealthy. You see, the one thing that we all have in common, whether you're wealthy or you're broke, is that we want a little more. We all want more, no matter where you are. If you're broke, you want a little more. If you're rich, you want a little bit more. There's no harm in that. We've got this programming that takes place all the time that says the love of money is the root of all evil. I know you've heard that one. That's a spiritual scripture. And then we try to like, well, I don't want to really love money. See, it's not about loving money. It's about loving what you can do when you have money. You can give when you have money. You can go places when you have money. You can share your message when you have money. You can help other people when you have money. I love going places. I love helping other people. I love all the things I can do with money. So it's not about loving money. If that's your roadblock to your mindset, get rid of that one and just say, I love what I can do when I have money. And more is good. Everybody says less is more. Not when it comes to money. More is more. And so have a mindset that more is more. Not a greedy mindset, but an abundance mindset. There's a difference between greed and abundance. See, abundance is the opposite of scarcity. Scarcity says that there's just not enough to go around, or maybe it's not my time to get it. I'm going to wait for the right time. And this affects us in our business, and it affects us in our relationships. It affects us everywhere. But this is the mindset. You have to have an abundance mentality versus a scarcity mentality. The scarcity mentality will keep you where you are. The abundance mentality will open up the possibilities beyond belief for you. That is a mindset shift. It's difficult to get there. I understand that, but it's a simple thing. Understand that your world, as big as you think it is only 6 inches. No matter what's happening, your world is only 6 inches. The distance between your ears. Whatever's going on is happening inside that mind of yours. The elite athlete who has suddenly lost confidence in themselves. Why? They are excellent at what they do. They've proven it time and time again, but at some point, they've lost this mastery of the confidence that resides within that allows them to continue down that path of gaining more. They want more, but they're afraid. Maybe it's a fear. They don't have the courage to overcome the fear of failure. It could be any number of things. If they miss a routine, the fear of embarrassment, all of these things begin to work on you. And the mind is so very powerful, it will bring to you what you think about. And so if you shift your mindset to a money mindset, have the right relationship with money, have a right relationship with that energy that's flowing all around you all the time, then, my friend, you have stepped in the realm of mindset mastery, the mindset wellness that you need to gain more wealth in your life doesn't reside with somebody else giving you a raise or winning the lottery or someone doing something outside of you. It resides right here inside of you. Mindset mastery, mindset wellness is your key to living a better life, a more abundant life. It's not greed, it's abundance. It's available to you. All right, that's today's episode. I want to share with you another aspect of this. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll go a little bit deeper on something that's really, really important. All right, until next time, give when you can. Giving is a two-way street. When you give, you receive at the same time. Yes, always be grateful. Live with an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful. And then thirdly, because you have a gift, a power, it's called the power of choice. You get to choose. Love first, then choose. And I will guarantee you will have an amazing life. And you will make an amazing life for the people around you. Talk to you next time. Take care.